And good afternoon, back in the shed. Had a nice tidy up in here over the weekend. So she's come up pretty good. I tidied that up big time, moved a few things over here, cleaned that bench up, sorted all these out as well. Don't know if you can read them all, but everything's got a home now, and a couple more things there. So all good. Back into some normality. That's coming soon. That second bench that's exactly like that, that's coming soon, so that'll fill up that spot and those things can go back in there. That stuff on the trolley's all for the fountain, so that'll go, the water feature. That's all nicely tidy up. I cleaned all this up and it was really dusty, so we're all good. I got this thing for the bike today. This is the so you don't get crap all over your brake discs, so you can clean them all off. So that's what I'm going to do today, is just give this a bit of a, I'm not going to degrease it because this is all 2 seconds. Yeah, so I want to do a couple things, and also I'm filming on this new little camera. It's a really sunny day today, so hopefully I used it yesterday, and the what's the name, it was so dark and cloudy that it didn't really do the camera justice. So this is looking much better actually. So I'm going to film all of this. I wasn't going to make a video on this, but I thought with the new camera I'll give it a shot. So it's 4K 30 frames a second, and it's no image stabilization is on. I film in 4K 30, but when I do the upload to YouTube I do it at 2K what's the name, 2K 30. So it'll cut it down a bit, but not a lot, not a whole heap. Be fine. But yeah, I was just going to do a bit of work on this bike. I'm probably just going to brush. If you look really closely, you can see just a little bit of wax on the cassette. But I mean, I cleaned that over a week ago, and you can touch a chain and nothing on there. It's really good. I'm pretty impressed with that waxing technique. But it just leaves a bit of shit. So I'll get a brush and clean all that off. And then what I want to do also is take this pump off. This is going to go to the mountain bike because this is a big pump, and also I've got a little one which is more suited for these little tyres, and I want to mount it behind the drink bottle rather than put it here, because you kind of hit it with your shoe all the time. So I've got a little one that mounts, well this one will do it too, but I want to put this big pump for the mountain bike or the electric bike I've got coming, and then I want to take this off, and then in this new setup here, almost wore it all there. So this is all the stuff I'm going to be putting on my new e-bike when I get it next week. Here, this one. So tiny little pump, more suited to those type of tyres. I've also got the CO2 quick inflators on there. So but yeah, I want to put that on, and they're the pedal extenders, just there, left and a right, hopefully. Yep, 20mm. And then I've got hydraulic brake bleed kit. That's that clear Gorilla tape, so I'll use that just to protect the top tube from when it's up on the stand there, the new mountain bike. These things I know aren't going to save your bike or anything like that, but they're handy for locking your helmet to your bike or something, or just to put it around, and you know, you're only 10-15 metres away from your bike. They're just a good one. Otherwise I got that one there with the alarm in it, a bit more substantial. Bar mirror, which I can't use on a gravel bike because of the way the drop bars are. CO2 bottles, armadillos for the tyres. I got a bell because I don't think this new bike comes with a bell. That's that big light I got, and that's the battery for it. And don't know if I'm going to need this. It's got two 18650 batteries in it, and it's kind of like a power bank that goes onto your handlebar, and then it gives you more real estate for your handlebars. So don't know if I need it just yet, but not sure, because apparently there is a USB on the back of the controller that you can plug your phone into to charge, and a little bag until I get my big bag. But I think I'm going to get the big bag before I actually get the bike, so I might even just leave that out. We don't need that. So and then I've got 2 sets of those pedal extenders, so there's another set in case I need them for the mountain bike. They're cheap from AliExpress. I'm actually pretty impressed. AliExpress, I've been getting stuff within about 10 days, so 10 to 15 days everything's coming, so it's really good. Yeah, So I'll whack this up on the tripod, and we'll do a bit of filming with this camera and see what it's like, and a bit of work on the bike. Okay, so I've got this left side off, and the left side is the opposite thread. So it's like I'm tightening it, but she's coming off. And then I've got to figure, oh yeah, no, that's it. And then grab the left one, you can see that. And that must go oh no, yeah. So it's opposite again. It's a bit of a dirty thread. I think it's the right thread, I don't know. It feels a bit funny. Don't want to strip anything. No, I think that's the wrong thread. That's a shame. It's right, because it's going into there. Don't hang on tight now, because there's not a lot of room. Probably don't have to. There you go, yeah, it's not, that's the right thread. It's just very tight. It's definitely not cross. That's too easy. I reckon that's heaps. So it's not a lot, it's only 20 mil, but should be enough. It's just this issue here, stand to pedal, so can't really grind that down. Might be able to just take that edge off it, but it's going to look funny, so I think I'll leave it. I'll do the other side and let you get back to you. Alright, that was pretty easy. It's a 15 mil spanner to undo that. So hopefully that should fix that problem. Just brush some of this waxy wax off. Beautiful. That's all. It's really smooth to ride too. It's I wouldn't go back to using traditional oil or grease or WD-40 or anything. It's I mean I've done about 100 k's since I've waxed this chain, and look at that. I've just washed my hands and they're just as clean. Yeah, you get a bit of speckle, but that's not a big deal. Change your pump over, and I did make sure it still fits, so that's cool. And it's a tiny little pump, tiny little pump, but I've used it before. I've got the adapter, that's a Schrader valve, and this is Presta, but I've got the adapter in there, so not an issue. And these tyres are holding up really good. Yeah, all good. What else was I going to do to it? I think that's about it. This thing, you can see it's got like a brake in it, just here. So So like that. So that's how you get them on and off. You can pretty much leave one and just use that one. But yeah, that works pretty cool. Extenders are done. That was really easy. Yeah, and I can't use that bar mirror because of the drop. See the drop bar, so it's facing the wrong way. It needs to come out this way. So that's a shame because that's a really good mirror. But I'll use it on my bike that's coming next week, the e-bike. I think that's it. I might just give it a wipe down with whatever I've got. Just a general purpose cleaner, especially under this main tube here. Give it a clean under there and that's it. Okay, I ended up adjusting the gears a bit and I took off, it's like a little plastic thing between the spokes and the back of the cassette there. I took that off because it was all, I don't know what happened to it, but it was all warped and it was rubbing on the back of the cassette up here. So I took that off, gave it a good lube, cleaned it all up, so that'll be good for another few hundred Ks now. Yeah, and I just adjusted this front derailleur and the back one, so it doesn't go past and doesn't click. If you're just in the top gear, it was clicking before, whereas now it doesn't click. It's pretty much just those two screws. So I think it's that one, the low, adjusts how far when you're on this low gear, and the highs for the high gear, how far. And all you're adjusting is this alignment, is that alignment right there. So one screw, when it's in the top gear, adjusts how far that way it goes, and you wind it in and you just get it perfectly aligned there. And then the other one adjusts when it's on the smallest cog, and adjust how far it's coming out this way. That's all it is, and it's the same story for this one with those two screws in there, those ones there. So that one closest to the pole, adjust how far this is over, and this further out screw, adjust how far it comes out this way. Seems to work. I just played with screws until I could see if it was doing anything. It seems to work, so gave it a bit of a wipe off. I've got that clear tape all over this bike. If you look really closely, you can see it. It's probably not the best job, but it's better than getting it scratched. This has already saved it there. You can see it a little bit. But yeah, so I didn't do these because they're too small, but I gave it another coating over that and around here so you don't scratch it with your drink bottle. So she's looking good. Yeah, pedal extenders come up good, so heaps more, or 20mm further out, exactly 20mm. So I'll probably go tomorrow. It's looking like a nice day today, but I just can't be bothered today. And yesterday when I did that ride yesterday, I had this mount, but I had it in the waterproof case with the open back, so you can still use a touchscreen. I've just found out that I probably should have used that mount that I have there now, which the bottom of this camera has the tripod adapter, so it'll just screw straight to that with no case around it to muffle the microphone. So probably I'll give that a shot tomorrow and see if that works. So I'll just screw the camera like naked straight to that, not in any case or anything. So I'll give it a bash tomorrow. If the footage comes out alright, then it comes out alright and I'll upload it. But yeah, we'll give that a shot. Anyway, the camera's going pretty good. I've noticed that you set all your settings up, so I set it to 4K 30. I'll put it on vivid colour, image stabilization on. You know, you do all your settings, you turn it off, and then you go to it back the next day, and it seems to keep the 4K 30, but I've always got to turn the image stabilization on and back to vivid. It just goes back to the flat setting. So I don't know if that's me changing from 4K 60 to 4K 30 all the time, and it resets everything. I'm not too sure, so I'm not going to change it now. I'm just going to leave it on 4K 30, image stabilizer on, and vivid color profile, and I'm just going to check it every time now and make sure. But I think what happens is when you change it to 4K 60, it gets rid of the color profile and image stabilization, and then when you go back to 4K 30, they're off. So I think that's what the drama is. So anyway, so I've changed it, I've turned it off, turned it back on, and it seems to have stayed. So I'm not going to play with the resolution and see how long the settings last, but I think that's what it is. They're not going to make a camera like this. It's 3 years old. and nobody's whinged about losing settings, so I think it's just me, so it's all good. Alright, yeah, shed's all clean, back to normal. It took me about 2.5 to 3 hours on the weekend, top to bottom, dusted everything, got a wet sponge and wiped everything over and cleaned all the floor and got the blower and vacuum, and yeah, so she's all good. It's probably, you guys can't you can probably tell that bench there, you can actually see the top of it now. That's another thing, that diorama, I haven't touched it. I've got the lights now, they came in the other day, so that'll all kick off soon. Might start on that next week maybe. I've got to do the lights, I've got the chain to hang the lights, and I've got, the bench is pretty empty, and underneath the bench is pretty empty, so, and more things on the walls, so I want to print some more stuff, so I might do another whole 3D print session on doing that, just printing some trophies, and I've got those signs to hang up and all that kind of gear, so yeah, should be good. But other than that, bike's all done. Really, I keep checking the tracking number for my new bike, and it left Melbourne yesterday, so I don't know why it's going to take what's that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. I don't know why it's going to take 8 days to get from Melbourne to Perth, but yeah, I'm not sure. It just says in transit, so I'm hoping that they just put 10 days, because when I first got the tracking number they said 10 days, which is two business weeks kind of thing, five business days each week. I'm hoping that they just say that, just so you don't call them you know, after day 5 or 6 and you're expecting it to be here. So I'm hoping it actually comes this week or early next week, but otherwise Thursday. It's due Thursday next week, so yeah, be hanging out for that. So like I said, I've got all the, I think I've already showed it, but I've got all the stuff. Yeah, no, I have, yeah, got all the stuff ready to go. So this stuff's pretty good. I'm going to use, it's expensive, it's like $50 for that bottle, but it is really, really good stuff. That'll do 2 tyres, I think. Yeah, you got to go on the website. Actually, if you QR code that, it'll tell you the instructions. But I'm pretty sure that little bottle does 2 tyres, so that'll be good. So yeah, don't know what else to talk about. I think that's it. Otherwise I'll start rambling. Anyway, cheers for watching, and catch you next time.